So, coach, I'm having problems in my relationship. What do these men want?
Well, they want many things, but fortunate for you, I took the liberty to put it in a new video series. You can catch it on my YouTube channel every Tuesday and Thursdays. And don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe.
All right, coach, let me do that now.
Love, you move too fast for me.
Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Koron Pierre. If you don't know me, I'm a life coach and your relationship guy. Hopefully we could work together in the future. Now let's talk about it. Now this is the third video in the 100 video series titled What a Man Wants, right? And today's topic is men want high quality man time. Now I know I see your face through this camera. I'm just like, you're probably like, high quality man time? What the hell does that mean? He needs time with me. And listen, life is about balance. But at the same time, a man does need quality man time. And I'm gonna break it down, no worries. I actually have a definition that I coined for this term, right? And it's high quality man time means uninterrupted time for a man to engage in hobbies, self-care, and anything that requires him to take care of the things he needs for himself. So the caveat here is that this is time alone. Now, of course, in saying that a man needs high quality man time, I'm going to also acknowledge that women also need high quality woman time. See, everything in monogamous relationships requires some sort of balance, right? And I shouldn't say everything, but many things, most things, right? Now, I do understand that a woman doesn't get a lot of quality time to herself because she's dedicated to her family, to her husband, right? To her job. And when you stretch in all those different directions, a lot of the times you don't have the energy and the strength to do anything for yourself. I get it. But, you know, people in relationships should take time for themselves to get themselves right. Now, I know sometimes, ladies, you really don't want your man to do his own thing. And it's not because you necessarily want to control him. It's more so that you love him and you just want to be with him. And you just want to experience anything you can with him, everything under the sun, right? But, you know, men and women typically have different sets of hobbies. Men like sports, you know, of course, there are women who like sports and play sports as well. But typical, you know, women hobbies might also be like sewing or knitting and things of that nature, right? And, you know, forcing a man to not engage in these hobbies or these man time activities definitely could cause future problems. And there's definitely some preliminary studies for that. Now, a man will need quality man time, just like you would need quality woman time. But the reason why, there's a couple of reasons why I should say a man needs quality man time. First off, you met as individuals. And when you met, you guys were doing your own thing. And I understand that, you know, now you're in a relationship, so you can't do the same thing, all of the things you used to do, of course, right? Because you're in a relationship. But at the end of the day, you're still your own person. So even though the two of you become one, right, you still remain two. And doing, you know, the things that could be considered a hobby, that quality time for yourself, those things are important. Also, like, think about it. If you spend that quality time for yourself, It might give you a chance to come back and tell an interesting story about what happened during the time that you were spending. Think about that. Now it gives your spouse a chance to congratulate you, right? Gives him a chance to say, hey, you know, this, that, or that, or vice versa. It gives you the chance to tell him, hey, that's a great job you did, right? Also, you learn more. You know, you can uncover things, right? Because typically, like when you go outside and you're doing, you know, things in the world, you bring it back to your spouse to let your spouse know how it went. Now that creates another connection. Also, science proves this as well, that when people have hobbies, it's great for their personal and mental and physical health. I was just going to say it like that, right? So it's a benefit for someone to engage in an activity that they truly enjoy. Free to just do their thing, whatever it is. It could be walking, it could be whatever. And it definitely also can help relieve stress. Stress is something that is the number one killer. We have diseases, we have all these things, but stress is the number one killer. I know I'm promoting individual high quality time for your man. However, the couple should also have high quality time. You need to have high quality couple time. So high quality couple time definitely needs to be at the forefront, right? Because there's evidence that shows that couples who engage in activities, right, that they both enjoy, the marriage typically has a greater satisfaction overall, right? So we also need to have high couple time too, high quality couple time. And even if you can't, you know, spend, you know, multiple hours together, I mean, because most of those we work, we have a lot of things going on. So you don't get to spend multiple days quality time unless you're on vacation, right? So even if it's not the, you know, 20 hours, 30 hours, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours out the week during a busy schedule can make a difference. Now, I told you earlier, I'm going to define this and put this together because I know some of you were just like, I'm not feeling this, right? But here are what high quality man time isn't. So it's never an excuse for a man to not keep up with his priorities. So that would be chores, you know, parenting activities, you know, whatever things you guys got to going on in your house, right? Priorities always maintain. It's not an excuse for him to always have high quality man time, right? Or most of the time, and then now everything gets negated, whether it's high quality couple time or just other things that's vital to your relationship. We don't ever want to compromise with that. It's not a hall pass. It's not an excuse to cross boundaries. And it definitely is not an excuse to cheat. And also, cheating could be anything, not just physical, right? Intercourse, right? It could be anything that goes against the boundaries of what the relationship has, right? So it could be anything. And the last thing too is, and this is very important, a quest of dishonesty. Whether the hobby itself is just dishonest, whether it's a dishonest attempt to hide the fact that he's doing an activity, right, that can be considered catastrophic to the, you know, relationship dynamic, right? So high quality man time does not consist of the things that I just mentioned. Now, ladies, how can we open up and maybe accept a man having high quality man time? There's a couple of things you can do. Definitely, if your man doesn't have a hobby, I would encourage him to pick up a hobby. I will also have you find it in your heart, if you don't have a hobby, to look to get a hobby as well. I think hobbies for each person in the relationship is just crucial because of the things I said earlier. Like it's a stress reliever, right? It's good for your mental, physical well-being. Let go of the resistance in doing things alone. Now, I understand you in love and you're like, I want to do everything with him. That's fantastic. That's the way it's supposed to be. But at the same time, you want to have a little balance. Maybe you always wanted to do yoga. Join a yoga class. And you don't have to take him with you because he might say, I don't want to do yoga. What are you going to do? Not go? Another thing you can also consider doing is being a spectator. Maybe his hobby is something that requires an audience. But here's the caveat. You don't like certain things that he wants to do. But he would appreciate your support if you just went and sat in the audience and watched him do the thing he wanted to do. And the last and most important thing, for multiple reasons, is keep an open mind, but not too open. We don't want to be too open, right? Because we have to establish rules and parameters. We have to make sure that everyone's on the same page, right? And as long as everyone's on the same page, it'll be fine. Listen, everything will be okay, I promise you. Let the man have quality man time. You have quality woman time. It doesn't overrule or override high quality couple time. That's the key. Okay? That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely have some further resources for you to review in the video description. And until next time, stay blessed. So now I want to add a quick disclaimer to this video. When we talk about what a man wants and facilitating these great ideas to a man, it's based on the guy who's the right guy for you. He's not the guy who you think likes you. He's not the guy who's married and you're fond of, and he's just a guy who you work with, right? No, he's your boyfriend, your husband, your everything, your soulmate, that guy. That guy is the guy you're going to do these things for, okay? If you're unsure if your guy is the right guy, I have a checklist on my website, koronpierre.com. It'll help you identify key characteristics that typically these men possess, okay? Just go to the website and enjoy. It's free, no charge.
Take me in your arms, do just what you want. You're the one I trust. I belong to you, and I'll always be around when I need some loving, baby. And I'll never let you down, let you down, let you down. I'm your song, and you're playing all my melodies. There's no one else, 'cause baby, we got chemistry. Me feelings that I never knew. This heart of mine will always and forever belong to you. You and me were meant to be as one. The universe has known it all along. Maybe this is where our story starts.